Joining us now on the line, we've got our good friend, the host of In the Mississippi Minute, Mr. Steve Azar. Morning, Steve.
Hey, Gerard. Good morning, pal. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. So I want to start off by sharing and passing on some greetings to you from the Duke family that I got on the C Spire text line. Don't know who or what that is, but I assume you do. The Duke family.
I love it. Tell them hello. Hello, family.
Got it. That's awesome. How you doing today, man?
That. I'm good, man. I'm good. We went skiing last week in Vail. My wife and I got away with some friends, and I came back in one piece, which is unusual. So I'm blessed, and hey, we're excited about this weekend. I've got a lot of my friends coming from Music City, to the birthplace of American music, and over 100 hit songs between us all, and
wow,
it's going to be a crazy family reunion getting together again, so I'm excited.
Wow. Steve, I know you're a fantastic ambassador for the musical talent and, frankly, just the musical innovation and prowess of the great state of Mississippi. But folks outside of our borders often don't realize just how much emanated from this state with respect to music.
It's insane. Let me tell you, every time that this was my dilemma, which was a great dilemma, but I went to Music City because I needed to really develop the craft.
Yeah.
I'm hoping I'm doing the same thing for the next generation here now, being here. But I had great mentors, songwriters of the decade, songwriters of the year. They were all my mentors. And I tell you, it's just the one thing that they would not stop doing was they would go, I want to write a song about where you're from. I want to write a song about Highway 61, about this. And I said, wait a minute. I've got all those songs. I need to write a hit. So I can make enough money and good Lord's willing, come back home. So anyway, it was a respect level. And the further I got away, I got to tell you, even Russia,
wow,
Latvia, wow, Germany, everybody goes the Mississippi Delta, Mississippi, B.B. King, Elvis Presley, Jimmy Rogers. I mean, they know it all. Jimmy Buffett. I mean, they know, Charlie Pride. They know the list, man. And it's reassuring and reconfirming exactly what you're saying, that our history here has changed the world of music.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool, man.
It truly has, and it's something we should promote because I think you and I both know you've been around the block and you've been around outside of the state, and I have too. And isn't it fun, Steve, to kind of poke your chest out a little bit and brag about our state and kind of dispel those misconceptions that are harbored by so many who really don't understand us or our culture, our state, how great it is, and what great things have come out of our state besides music, of course, which is just fantastic. I get a little kick out of that, I got to tell you.
Well, I get a big old smile on my face when I have the greatest athletes and actors and musicians, Grammy winners from all over come to the Delta. And a perfect example is when we do our Delta Soul Celebrity Charity event. We have them here for 3 nights. Some of them want to stay for over a week. We can't get them out of here.
Wow.
And they live in big cities from Boston to L.A. to New York to, Long Island to wherever. And I'm telling you, it's real. And they love our people. It's all about that. I mean, I don't think the songs get written. I don't think it's this colorful character that we have as Mississippians that is like no other. And I'm telling you, I've been all around the world, and I can't wait to get back home to the smiles and the laughter. I've never laughed so hard as I have in my own home state. I mean, that's, laughter is an important thing. And we have so many people that make us laugh. And but that wit is also transferred into some brilliance. And I think it's all sort of tied together. Also, we grew up in a state with a lot of small towns. Even our bigger towns are small. You know what I mean? They're not like huge.
Right.
And there's something magical about development and imagination and creativity when you don't have a lot to do but have a stick in your hand. You know what I mean?
Yes, yes.
A lot of the guys that are coming here this week grew up on farms. They grew up in small towns. A lot of them were really good athletes. It's sort of relative in our business. You think a musician's not, but songwriters, man, you get beat up so much, and artists get beat up so much. I think that sports played a big role. For me, it did, of understanding how to take a loss and get better and get back up. So there's a lot of, common thread there. Our athletes in Mississippi, I mean, it's insane. If you had one college, if we put them all together, we would be national champions every year.
No question about it.
Yeah. So there's another example of our art form in another way. It all comes down to entertainment, and we're pretty damn good at it.
Well, a blessing, Steve, I think, for Mississippi is that we are very diverse. I mean, if you subscribe to the idea that diversity, certainly in culture and just in people, sure, the makeup of people, yields value, we got that licked pretty good, I think. And I would argue that that's one of the reasons, first of all, I think we get along better with each other than certainly than other states in many cases, and way better than people think we do. Do you not agree?
Oh, you were spot on. There's no doubt. I mean, I have been able, because of where I grew up, I have been able to communicate and befriend and not judge every ethnicity. You got to realize, my family comes from the late 1800s in Mississippi and early 1900s, whatever.
Yeah.
And they're Lebanese.
Yep.
And a lot of my friends, all are farmers who we're going to celebrate this week at the Mockingbird Songwriters Festival in Leland. All of my friends, a lot of my friends are farmers. They're all Italian.
Sure.
There's a vowel on the end of every name.
Yeah, exactly.
And so, we go to church together, we pray together, we shop together, the African Americans, the Chinese, this place has prepared us for the world. I can promise you that.
Yeah. I think we set the standard, frankly, in that regard.
Yeah. New York is second. Don't give them second.
Agree. But, we don't get any credit for that. Folks want to just immediately sort of jump to and race to and conclude everything negative. And we just don't talk enough about the good stuff. And your work, for example, and the work of all the others you mentioned, those are tremendous assets for this state. And we all got to do a better job. And what I mean by we, I mean all Mississippians, of promoting that and calling attention to that. Because you get outside of these borders, you realize just how special and unique it is.
It is, and like at Craig Ray, Mississippi, I've gotten to understand we're a drive-in state. So while people come from all over the world, even during this time of COVID, people have really, I think, embraced our museums and our culture and our history, and so we've been able to survive where New York, is struggling.
Agree.
Also, Governor Reeves, I don't care what anybody says, what side you're on. If you sat in the room and looked at how he's handled all of this, which he's had a lot on his plate.
Yep.
He has done a phenomenal job. Phenomenal, because you got to look at the nation overall and the numbers. He's just so intelligent.
Yeah.
And so he's really paid, and he's passionate about it. And I'm so grateful that he's allowed me to continue being the music culture ambassador, because it's something that I wear on both sleeves.
Yep.
And I feel like I can do more as a capacity that can affect a positive impact.
Sure.
And it just really, it helps me. So anyway, I appreciate him, and I hope everybody understands that he's got the toughest job in the world, especially now, and he's done just an incredible job. And what else can I take off for him?
You're awesome.
That's all I'm taking off.
You're awesome. We appreciate that, Steve. Appreciate you calling attention to that. We got a minute or so left. Tell us about the Mockingbird Songwriters Music Festival coming up.
Leland, Mississippi. We have new guidelines. We've been following them the whole way. It's helped a little bit, but it's over 10 of my favorite songwriter buddies, over 100 hits. I'm celebrating 4 Mississippi songwriters. One including a kid that I'm producing from Petal, Mississippi, that is absolutely phenomenal. The other 3 equally as well. But this kid, Tyler Tisdale, I'm just so excited about working with him. 6'3.5", about 240.
Huh. Wow.
He's like Bob Seger. But with that said, we're going to celebrate some of our locals like Zach Day and Rob Mortimer and Trey Gardo from your area. These guys are really good. And then we're going to have my pals who's written over 100 hit songs come in, and legendary songs from Willie Nelson to Chris Stapleton, everywhere in between. And we're going to be on the farm at the Gin and Dunleith
Yep.
in Leland. You can go to steveazar.com, click on extras, and then you'll go to Mockingbird Music Series. You can see how to get tickets. And like I said, we're almost sold out. I mean, we just got to watch how many people we can have.
Gotcha.
But we're on the farm, and we're celebrating the farmer pre-planter season.
We got to go. Sounds really good, Steve. Thanks so much for calling in today. You take care, man.
Much love, brother. Later.